clip from Lamont Roach first.
There's a possibility that I can fight Kid Austin for the WBA 135-pound title. We definitely gonna push for that. Obviously, I entered the rankings at the number 4. If that don't happen, we still waiting on Pitbull Cruz to see if he wanna, run it back or not. Because right after the fight, it was motherfucking, oh, we'll give you a rematch, we do this, we do that. And then they went and watched that motherfucking tape and was like, you know what? We gonna pass. You know?
Salute, man, to Lamont Roach right there, man. And I salute the Dank Father in the building, man. Salute to you, brother. My man J Man in the building. Salute to my brother, man, J Man 513 Cincinnati shit, man. And salute to Mrs. CamJNetwork, the wifey, man. I gotta salute and appreciate my wife. She allowed me to take this time in doing this shit because she definitely be wanting her time, of course. So salute to the wifey, man, Mrs. CamJNetwork, and salute to my brother T Hill in the building, man. My brother, man, salute to you. So going back in journal with Lamont Roach in that clip, man. Of course, he spoke about what I just mentioned, as far as the WBA possibly ordering him to fight Kid Austin. And he said, if that ain't the route, as far as that fight in particular, he definitely, willing and wanting to run the fight back with Pitbull Cruz. But of course, Pitbull Cruz after the fight, he was saying, "Yeah, I'll rematch Roach," and then like a few days later, Tank name started squirming around and shit, and his ass said, like, no, I'm not gonna rematch Lamont Roach, which, in my opinion, was nasty work. Like, don't tell that man right after the fight at the post press conference, telling him that you'll rematch him, and then, what I'm saying, a few days later, you think otherwise. I think that's nasty work. And I mean, honestly, I think since it was a draw, Pitbull. I mean, what other better fights do Pitbull have right now? I mean, you can ask. I mean, of course, he's fighting at 140. A lot of shit tied up at 140 right now. I mean, so, Lamont Roach, he don't get the opportunity fighting Kid Austin. I think Pitbull should, definitely run that shit back with Lamont Roach. I'd love to see them definitely, run that shit back for sure. But interesting factor for us that though, let's go ahead and play this clip right here of Mr. Kid Austin speaking about the WBA possibly ordering him with Lamont Roach right here.
Witty, thank you for the 5 piece. The WBA have confirmed that the WBA full title mandatory between Roach versus Schofield.
We haven't heard the news yet, so we
Yeah.
got past on
Yeah,
that.
brother, we got past. How you gonna tell us and we the fighters?
Right, we
Come on,
haven't heard
man.
the news. Where he got the news from?
I'm
Yeah.
saying I've been on Google every hour trying to check if they got the fight yet.
So
So
Oscar Eric would have.
yeah, nobody.
So I find it real fascinating that they just went right out the gate saying, no, shit, no, we'll pass on that. When talking about they been on Google and shit, waiting for the news from the WBA. The WBA, they got y'all number, they hit y'all line with with whatever they gonna order. But why y'all so quick to pass up on Lamont Roach? And we already seeing on record right now, obviously, that Auntie Schofield, he believing that Lucas Body is a bigger fight. And speaking of Auntie Schofield, let's go ahead and play the clip of him speaking with Mill City and salute to Mill City about the WBA and Kid Austin.
Who's the task that you feel like the people, the boxing world, want to see your son in?
I don't know. I say Lucas Body is on a better promotional team as far as Netflix and they were
MVP?
MVP. I say, they got the biggest stage, um, just as big as the zone, probably bigger, So I say if Oscar not with the zone, he's like a free agent. So skies is the limit for that fight. Which side he going? So for me, I'd say Lucas Body would be the bigger one because Roach don't have a network behind him or a big promotional company like that behind him. I think PBC. Who Roach on PBC?
Yeah, well, Pro Box more.
See, they don't. Who they on the zone? Like who's
No,
there?
Pro Box got their own YouTube channel
So
application, but yeah, he's kind of a PBC fighter. His last couple fights were PBC.
So I think Netflix will be the biggest thing for eyes on it. So I would say Lucas Body.
Okay, so you think if it is Lucas Body, you feel like it would be a Netflix event?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It would come down, see, because we hold the belts, but it's like, what's the network? See, I don't know what's the talks in the back room. I'm not Eric Gomez or Oscar. They got the plan for that. So they putting that together. But I say you ask me who's the hardest between the two or who's the biggest, I think it would be Lucas Body because Netflix have millions of subscribers. Jake Paul involved, MVP involved, that's Oz involved. They got a huge platform.
So there'll
And
be
that's
more eyes on that fight, you believe?
Boy, these boys is amazing, man. So got a couple more people in the building, man. Salute to my brother Arnie Boxing in the building, man. Great to see you as well, my brother, man. Hope you doing well, my dog. And salute to my dog Champ Ross in the building, man. I see you, my brother, man. Hope all is well with you, my dog, for sure. So, Auntie Schofield right here, man. He already going off and he's saying that they rather fight Lucas Body because they believe Lucas Body is a bigger fight. And of course, Lucas Body being with MVP Promotions, of course, some of the fighters they fight on Netflix, on course that Jake Paul provides. Majority when Jake Paul fights, and just to add a little bit more context to that, in particular, Jake Paul ain't fighting no time soon. Right now, it's looking like if they order this fight would definitely be probably in the spring, like April, May, sometime around that time. Jake Paul ain't coming back around to fight in the next few months. Jake Paul probably won't even be fighting till probably the summer, end of the summer, maybe fall. Damn near if any damn thing. So with that being said, who would be the headliner that they would be fighting under if they was to fight on Netflix? Would it be like a Alicia Baumgartner fight, or fucking Amanda Serrano fighting again or something? Like, what I mean? That ain't a guarantee for that to happen. So with them pushing this whole Lucas Body shit, believing that if they was to fight Lucas Body, they'd be fighting on Netflix. That ain't a guarantee, 100%. Honestly, they could be on the zone for for all we know, for real. In reality, you know what I'm saying. So that's not a guarantee that they'd be on Netflix. You know what I mean? But obviously, they choosing Lucas Body because they believe Lucas Body is the easier fight. You know what I mean? They feel like he's the easier fight than Lamont Roach, even though they downplay, Lamont Roach talking about that Lucas Body is the bigger fight than Lamont Roach. As far as name wise, Lamont Roach is the bigger name between the two. Lamont Roach, he done been in two big fights, the past year with Tank Davis and Pitbull Cruz. He's fought the more, significant competition. You know what I'm saying? So it's obviously they picking and choosing on how they moving with the situation. You know what I'm saying? They think Lucas Body is the easier fight, and that's why they pushing for that. And all's well. I'm cool with Kid Austin and Lucas Body fighting. I mean, Lucas Body, he earned his right. He fought his way into contention where he's number 2 in the WBA. So WBA ordering that number 1 and number 2, that's totally 100% fine, and that's what they should do. Have the two top guys in the WBA or whatever sanctioned body it is, fight it out for that vacant title, just like they just did with Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes in particular for the WBO in recent time when Keyshawn got stripped. So I think it's 100% fine. Now, I will say this with tying into Lamont Roach. I do like what Dank Father said. Where's Dank Father? Dank Father said the Lamont Roach should fight the winner. I say the only way Lamont Roach should fight the winner is if he don't fight Pitbull in the rematch. If he don't get that Pitbull rematch, then I will hope for Lamont to wait for the winner of that fight. Possibly in my opinion. I mean, which it make 100% sense to me if they was to do so in that way. But let me play this other clip right here and salute the Mill City once again right here, man. Them boys is Mill City. I call Mill City messy ass Mill City, man. That boy, he a big shit starter, man. But the content be lit over there, man. Salute the Mill City, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to him.
You know, if anything come in between them two fighting.
Yeah, there should be no funny business, but the WBA's got to make their decision, mandate the fight, and
Right,
that's it.
right.
The rest is
So
history.
they as far as we know, we supposed to know something by Friday on the opponent and the date. We know that the date that they gave us was February 31st, but I don't know if Lucas would have had enough time. So that's why the WBA trying to find out, or it's going to possibly be March, April. But we could see February or March, but they're going to contact, I guess, Lucas Camp and then go from there. But we'll see. That's all we could do is wait and see what they're going to say. But congratulations, Lucas. Congratulations, man. All from that great win, that great knockout. So I just wanted to tell you that. I commend that because
So there you have it right there with Auntie Schofield right there, man. Telling Lucas Body that they hoping to hear something from the WBA by Friday on who the op gonna be and what the date gonna be. And they looking for us, like I said, I mentioned, around the springtime, around April. And Lucas Body, he's there, he's game for the shit, of course. And you seen a little bit of, you know, Auntie Schofield in there trying to show love to Lucas Body in there, try to butter him up and shit. They pushing for that shit crazy, man, for sure. But I say, let me see something real quick. I say something real quick. All right, yeah. Yeah, dang. All right, so dang. I understand that, but you gotta think about it, bro. It's with the money. It's for the matchups and the money, man. Lamont, he get the Pitbull rematch. He gonna take that. He gonna take that. It's probably gonna be bigger money on the table for them to do that when if they run the rematch back. So he get the opportunity to fight Pitbull Cruz. You know Lamont Roach gonna take that for sure. He ain't gonna wait for that at all. He gonna take that fight for sure. And shit, he win that, then maybe he could fuck around and come back and to the situation full blown. But if he don't get the Pitbull situation, I'm right with you. Push for the winner of that fight for sure. You know what I mean? I'm right with you on that. But if he get the opportunity with Pitbull, you know that man gonna take that shit, man, because the bag gonna be calling that man. And he definitely, he want his get back on that fight for us, the draw and everything as well. So it definitely makes sense for him to do that. Well, and let me see what's in the building. Salute to Yes Indeed Boxer. Salute to my sis, man. Shotwell, man. Salute to you, sis. What's popping with you? Hope all is well. Make sure y'all subscribe to Yes Indeed Boxing, man. Sis be cooking up crazy over there, man, on the entire landscape of boxing from the men and the women. So make sure y'all subscribe to Yes Indeed Boxing, man, for sure, man. Salute to my sister, Yes Indeed Boxing, for sure. Yeah. So, all right now, man. So what they're gonna end up, it looks like the WBA they're gonna be ordering either or Kid Austin versus Lucas Body or Kid Austin versus Lamont Roach. I'm thinking it's gonna be Lucas Body, obviously because he's number two and they pushing for that shit. So we'll stay up to date for us that move in general for us what happens in that and we can go ahead and get into